Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome back to another episode of Rimworld, where we are currently still having to deal with having an ancient gold dragon out on the map, which means that we need better defenses like we did last episode, but also that we can only go out at night. So let's take a look at the hit points of the dragon, if I can find them. But anyway, they have a lot of them and they are not easy to kill, even more than the normal dragons that we did see at the Imperial skill. So like this pain shock threshold, so they'll only get about 15% of the pain from wounds, which sucks. They have 20% revenge chance on tame fail, which means that if we try to tame it, we are probably going to end up dead. Melee damage is only 2, but melee DPS is a lot because they have a lot of skills and they penetrate armor. They can't dodge, which at least there's that. And while this range DPS is saying no ranged weapon, that is not quite the case, because they do have ranged skills, like they have a fire breath. But we finally finished the gun turret and we're moving on to flak armor, which means we can start with planning some sort of kill box for it. So this area here is going to be little bit for building, so we're not going to use it. Since our colonists are going to come out here, I kind of want to make sure that we are doing some kind of stepped access like that, and we can make it a little bit parallel. So that should be our kill zone, which means that we are going to block out this area here and there. Yeah, sure, why not? We will put turrets in every corner, I think. Just like that. Just to make sure that whatever comes through there becomes, well, dead. And we're gonna have our colonist protections, well, probably over here, to be honest. And we just let people stack up over there. Now this is like pretty basic one. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do the rest. So I do want pawns to come in and have nowhere to stand. So we probably want to do something like this in sandbags, so that people do not stand here. And just in case this isn't obvious, the walls go here, and actually I already made a mistake. We move that there. We want the set these tools, okay. Got a research opportunity coming in, but I don't think we will be taking it. Okay, so the dragon is asleep, which means we can unrestrict people. Let them roam about, at least until daytime. Not that they should have much to roam about, but you know. Let's do the same to the animals, so that they can go and feed or grab things. Do that good stuff. Now back to planning. We want walls over here. And we want people to keep moving down this place. So we probably want something like this to make them stagger through. Okay, so maybe just for symmetry purposes, we'll put one here as well. With maybe traps over... well, over here and there, to be honest. I think that will be good. Maybe one? No, because then they can be undercover, so we really don't want this corner to provide cover for anything, or this sandbag. Speaking of sandbags, we also want to sandbag the turret. I'm gonna leave this. Well, yeah, let's just sandbag everything. I do intend on putting the embrasures there instead of sandbags. I could do this. And the actual exit of the colony is probably going to be through the side or something. Probably leaving these corners as like armories or maybe a healing place. Something like that. And I realize it's daytime, so we are going to restrict everyone back inside the borders before that dragon decides to go hunt. It has berries for now, so it's probably not that interested in hunting, to be honest. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So let's take a look at what we have. We can use the doors. We're going to make them out of granite. Over here. Yeah, that is good. And yeah, then that works well. I'm also going to put one door here so that people can have an escape route that doesn't involve getting under fire. Then we are going to position the walls, which is all the way up here. Basically where there is white, though we don't need all of them for the time being. So let's get the most important ones going first, which is these ones. And then we want the barricades. Can't we make them out of granite? Probably not enough material for it to pop up. And of course we want the mini turrets. We kind of want plasteel, although I don't think we have enough plasteel to make many of them. We have enough for one. That's 30, so yeah, that one will be plasteel. The other ones will have to be steel. That is fine, although this setup might not be quite so useful with steel ones. We're going to stagger them instead, so that if there are explosions, it's easier to get them deconstructed. So first things first, here's the essentials. We also need the walls behind this, otherwise they'll just use this as cover. And unfortunately with that dragon out there, we really can't go ahead and build at the moment. Though I could actually use and micromanage a pawn. I can try it. Need granite blocks. Need more okay, so never mind. We need more granite blocks, and it's not something we have. Where would the closest granite blocks be? Because I want them brought in so that they can be processed during the day. Guess we'll have to wait till nighttime. Now here's some granite chunks. Here's some more. Perfect. Alright, we're going to have to bring all of this in and make sure we have enough granite for our future projects. Now, how's that dragon? I might allow someone out if the dragon eats some berries and stops being hungry for a bit. Alright, so on that note, I'll bring you back when there's something to report. The dragon fell asleep, so it is about time that we release the people. So who is our hauler? Blade and Marcus. So Blade, I am going to have you prioritize those. Marcus, prioritize these. Chop, chop, chop. And hopefully some building is going to get done. In this case, we also have Roxy around. She's rested enough that she doesn't need to sleep that much. And the shuttle has arrived to collect Malo. Perfect timing, because the dragon is asleep. So go, Malo. Leave in peace, and well, leave us to our fate, I suppose. Alright, so they brought in some of the chunks, but not all, and I am going to have them bring in more of the chunks. Keep an eye on that dragon, because it is close to waking up. As you can tell, the nights don't last very long. Okay, let's make sure everyone is... well, yeah, inside. Didn't put the animals out, but that's fine. So they did bring in some of the chunks, which means that we are going to be able to get a lot of blocks done during the day as people do their thing. I've also took advantage of the fact that they are going to be spending the day inside here and thus not doing much of anything to pave the floor in our freezer or our fridge, because, well, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of dirt and stuff being tracked just from these sandy areas. This will give people something to do, so they'll be less idle and also improve the state of our colony. I'm going to be doing the same here in the storage room as soon as I can. But for now, they will be dealing with the fridge, and I will be waiting for another dragon sleep. I just realized that we have the notification that we have an undignified throne room. That means Michael did level up from the Melo quest, which means we have to increase his throne room size, and I am going to do so like this. Just build that up, deconstruct this little bit, and we have discovered flak armor. That is great. Not that we have the materials to make it, but yes, it is great. So another thing the throne room needs other than area is 2 columns and 1 harp. Again, not particularly difficult. We have plenty of limestone, so we'll just add those. However, the harp does require a research. And we will have it done right after gas operation, because we definitely need the protection. And while things won't be too bad, do I wanna... yeah, let's bring it closer to the throne. Well, things won't be too bad until we get them. We do definitely want to make sure our colonists are pretty well armed. I was hoping the dragon would hunt some visitors that we have in the colony, because they are from the Empire, and thus they are well geared and well protected, and also very, very lootable. But alas, no such luck for me. Instead, we are dealing with this thing. Ugh. So we have to live dangerously. We have an archaeological expedition that approached just as our friend the dragon goes to sleep, and I hope that is enough to get everyone up and working. But first, let's see, was it Roxy or Michael that had the better trade price improvement? Really should make myself a preset for the things I like to see. Anyway, and it's that and the trade price improvement, and Sage is actually the one. I keep forgetting who is who. So let's come try to trade with them. That is a great place for the trade caravan to be. Hopefully the dragon stays asleep. Lucky for them, it ate an ostrich just before they arrived, because it doesn't have any more food and otherwise would eat them. So this trader has a very interesting item that we are going to be buying. The Steel Dragon Altar. Let's accept that and pause the game and give the order for things to be hauled urgently inside. Well, not these chunks, please. Let's take a look at the Steel Dragon Altar. It says here that this is an altar to worship dragons. While dragons themselves aren't as intelligent as humans, they do respect offers and gifts in their name and will in turn give favor. However, over time, they will require more offerings for the same amount of favor, and more favor for your requests. And of course, there's some art in it. And this is actually part of something called the Draconic Rituals. Build a Draconic altar that grants various effects for a small sacrifice. So we are going to definitely take a good look at that. Let's put it right up here somewhere. We'll see if it needs other things. For now, it's just going to be there so that we can have a base for it. And, well, now we are dealing with a medium psychic drone, which is fine. Everyone is more or less in decent moods, and I don't have anything against it. I just gotta wait a little bit, let Felix get some steel over here. Please do that one. And here's another event. You'll notice some strange lights in the sky. A network of orbital beams started bombarding a nearby area that looks like an ancient city. Maybe there is something that can be looted before it all gets destroyed. I'd rather not. I don't think we have the stuff for that. I'm going to tell Felix to hold that in, and I'm going to ask Roxy to work on that so that I can start bringing people home. Because as you can see, the sun is rising, and we do not want people outside the base when the sun has risen. Let's take a look at this dragon altar. Apparently there are things that are disabled. Okay, I think a cheetah decided to attack the caravan and it did not go well for it. Guess we'll set her up to hunt. Let's hope the dragon tries the same thing. So what can we do here? We can add a bill and we can make a weak, moderate, large, or major ritual. Let's look at the weak ritual. Grants 1 favor and requires gold, uranium, jade, meat, and vegetarian. All of that, or is that just what we can use? I think it requires all of it, to be honest. Let's leave it up and we'll see how things go. We might be able to buy gold or something of the sort. We actually haven't progressed over there with our building, which kind of sucks. We have mostly been doing this because I forgot with the caravan and everything. Tell Roxy to manually go for it. But yeah, I'll bring you back when there is something to report. After a lot of struggling, we have finally finished the research for the harp. And you may notice that it's daytime and I'm still letting my colonists be out there. That is because with these donkeys on the map, the dragon prefers to hunt them, as you can see from these 2 dead ones, rather than my colonists, and thus we can get some more work done over here. You can already see the turrets coming. Now this counts as art, and I've caught a few colonists coming over here to meditate, but I still don't want to put it in here. Maybe when Michael has a lot more space that he needs to utilize, we will do that. So for now, we did get the harp, which I have never built. This is a piano, this is a dartboard, and a punching bag from Vanilla Furniture Expanded. That's interesting. So if it's not under recreation, where would it be? Perhaps structure or furniture? I really don't see it. Let's take a good look. Miscellaneous? No. Recreation? Also no, it only has the piano, which you would think would be somewhat what we want. Let me just take a look at how it is. Craft the... you have to craft it. Where would we craft it then? Maybe on an art bench? Let's take a look at some things. Not here. Quite definitely not there though. I don't know why I looked at that. Make harp. Huh. That is interesting. So it definitely requires wood. Oh, that is not excellent, I don't think. And we can't do it out of anything else. Well, we have some wood, I just don't know how much. I guess I could check, right? I have 17 wood. And I finally figured out why we couldn't grow cacti over here. It's because cacti need the space around them to be empty, and I had some crops. So now I moved that and added some flooring to remind myself of it. And now we have a bunch of saguaro cactus ready to provide with wood. Though not enough. We need more wood, or Well, otherwise we need to curb the amount of wood we are using somehow. Not entirely sure how. Could also probably gather some wood outside. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that and I'll bring you back when we have a harp. One thing I forgot to mention is that I took a better look at the altar and these buttons down here. So basically, when you do a ritual of any kind, you gain favor. So this one takes a ton, but it gives you 5 favor. And honestly, you can only have 10 max, so that's pretty good. And with that favor, you actually have some neat abilities. One that would be useful right now is Banish Dragon. Forces the selected dragon to exit the map if it's wild, or removes all mental states if the dragon is tamed. Most of the favors, I guess, are in that vein. The Banish Dragon is very useful, as well as the Banish All Dragons. Very, very useful. That way we could just have the dragons leave, like, without hurting them. Or without them hurting us, which is the most likely outcome of having a dragon on the map. But anyway, we are still far away from the harp, so I'll be back. Not shortly afterwards, we get a Manhunter pack. Not dragons, squirrels. Lots and lots and lots of squirrels. So yeah, let's make everyone come inside because, well, yeah. Stop what you're doing and rush your butts inside, please. Because squirrels are not to be trifled with. What we can do is funnel them in over there by using Felix, but for now we're basically going to ask people to gear up and go. That is too many squirrels for us to go with our standard equipment, so we are going to definitely put on some better gear and mount a defense. It also gives them time to spread out, which we definitely want, because we don't want them coming at us all at once. And we're probably going to make them split as well. For now, let's make sure we get in there. Why were some of them saying that they were doing friendly fire? You can tell things are lagging with the rain and that many squirrels and people trying to come in here. That's everyone. Felix, how is your gear doing? You have a 57. Leatha has a 75. 74 for Michael. 57 is not that great. I'll tell you that. But that's fine. We'll put in. Actually, hold this open. We'll make Felix walk back. We'll put in a few people around them. Okay. We'll see how that works out. Okay, so they do have the majority. I wonder if we can use these two to bring some of them over to here. Marcus, you have 64 while Michael has 74, so that works out in our favor. But the idea here is to queue them up so that they can only attack one at a time and we can thus destroy them easily without being overwhelmed. Are any of them going up there? No, so that does not work. We'll bring Michael and Marcus back down here to help shoot squirrels as they come in. That's a lot of squirrely corpses. Alright, so that is all that. What is Garrett doing? Looks like Leatha might have stabilized him. So that is great, and we can get them back to where they were and not hold that up. Why are you all eating raw squirrel? Oh, because we are not doing great for food. Okay, that's fine. I'll make sure that they all get hauled as soon as possible. The good ones for the storage, the bad ones probably into the fire, to be honest. Another reward of Milo's quest was a Psylink Neuroformer, which we could use to upgrade Michael's Psylink level to number 3, which means that he learns a Vertical Pulse. Now, Vertical Pulse I am not sure what it does. So it interferes with the spatial orientation sense of everyone near the target point, causing intermittent loss of balance. Flesh creatures will become extremely nauseous as well. So that sounds like it might be useful for advancing enemies, and Garrett is having a bit of a tantrum and I'm just letting him do it. Alright, so that is pretty good. But we still have no harp, so I will be back. So we received a quest that is kind of interesting. So it says that Fosta wants to perform a low-powered test of one of her ship's weapons, which will cause a layer of ash to be deposited on the upper atmosphere, which means we will have less sunlight. But in exchange, and that's for 12 days, we get plasteel. Now we definitely need plasteel to get a few more resistant turrets, let's say that. And I think we will accept that, even though it's not great to not have the atmosphere working properly, mostly because of the dragon and the things it might want to eat. So for now, let's bring 2 colonists up here to deal with this mad tortoise. And here is our volcanic winter with our pods of plasteel. So let's make sure we kill that tortoise. Food might become a bit of an issue, but we are going to try and use that nutrient paste dispenser to its utmost, at least for the 12 days that things are doing their best. So let's flick that switch so that people won't cook on it. They will be eating paste for a little bit. And hopefully we will soon have a harp. Actually, perhaps it would come sooner if I put it up there, I suppose. So Roxy and Sage were fighting. What happened? Snake sniggered at Roxy's artistic skills. Sage, how dare you! This drove Roxy into a rage, and he began a fight, or she. Well, that is not great. So who is our best smith? That would be Sage. Oh, okay, so go rest up for a little bit. Why are you doing that instead of eating from the paste dispenser? Because I could swear I could do that. Well, I guess that will probably solve the issue. People will go there and get their paste. So let's have Sage make the harp so that we can end this episode with a nice installation of it. Over here, of course, we are doing good with the stuff that we have. Now we have enough plasteel to make 3 of them. What we don't have is components. Well, and it looks like our turrets are going to be slightly tested sooner rather than later. So let's have everyone come inside the base. Felix, I want you to be the first to do that so that things get reserved. There we go. And let's see how this raid works out. This harp is just about cursed. Now where are they? They're coming from down south, which means they might beeline for our storage room. No, they're coming right for our defenses, so that is great for us, not so great for them. Let's make sure we have people... Actually, this might not be all that great. So let's put Felix over there. Let's put other people right behind them. We'll let people come as they please. Okay, so they're striking here now, which means I'm gonna go ahead and grab Michael and bring him out. And I'm going to go position a few people inside there already, while having a few others stand by, I suppose. Well, maybe not quite yet. Let's make sure Michael is able to take pot shots. Just a few. Alright, so they managed to kind of break in. for some reason... Oh, that was not great. Let's put Marcus over here. Garrett, go right ahead and rescue Sage. Who else do I have? So Leatha and Roxy. Probably have y'all come over here. Like stand over there. Alright, it's definitely not great. Alright, Garrett is down as well from the grenades, and Marcus is, for some reason, being a mess. Right, we're gonna have to let them come up. Now, something we want to do is, well, Leatha, you'll just have to shoot past Michael as much as you can. And let's get Blade over there and Felix over here. Make sure their friendly fires are off. Their avoidance, anyway. Now, see here, Leatha, you don't have the range. Michael might have. So why don't y'all trade places? Yes, perfect. So, Michael... Don't avoid friendly fire. They're coming in through here. Roxy... Oh, you don't have the animals. Let's unrestrict the animals and make sure they are following Roxy into battle, or, well, Michael. And we're going to release them right away so that they will fight around here somewhere. This is a big-ass raid. Yeah, so there goes Makar. Okay, so Felix, I am... Well, over here there's not much he can do without getting annihilated. So yeah, he'll stay there. The animals are going to go ahead and... Why is the friendly fire thing still? Stop it. Yeah, animals are needing some rescue. That's not great. Oh, this really is a gigantic raid. I guess that's what I get for building the turrets before I build the walls. Let's just make sure... Okay, so they're kidnapping people, which we do not want, so, yeah, we're, not gonna take it. Now they're fleeing. Let's make sure we attack that one, and this one. Felix, please kill that person if you can. Roxy, why aren't you down here? Oh, okay, Felix got shot down. Not great. Marcus, are you a good doctor? Let's see, so Roxy is the best doctor. Marcus is the second best. Okay, so Roxy, I need you to stabilize Garrett like now. And the third best, that would be Leatha. Please stabilize Felix. Everyone else, get somewhere more or less safe and keep shooting those guys that are running, gunning away. Now I see that there's still a few here. That is fine. We'll deal with them soon. And by soon, I mean now. And let's take a look at everyone, like their medical presets. Bleed rate, so Sage is really the worst. She would die in 3 hours if she wasn't being stabilized, but she is. So now we have to be very careful with how we finish things. Now those two have run away, which means Michael and Blade will be released. Let's make sure we are getting people up. Okay, 17 hours, that's more than enough. You can now rescue and send people back to being treated with proper medicine and stuff. So that was brutal, right? Not gonna lie. Now the rescuing comes and finishing off people. Unfortunately, we lost 2 of our pets. That is a shame, but that was really a brutal raid. I am not gonna lie. Okay, so how is the break risk? Very bad. So, and we still had some people die. I mean, some animals, not some people. Oh god. Sage needs a leg now. Oh, a thumb. The elephant died. Oh no. The camel died. That is just death everywhere. Well, that is going to be a lot of recovery, but unfortunately that is all the time I have for today. Looks like that harp is entirely cursed and will have to be installed next episode. But until then, if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe for more Rimworld, and until next time, remember that here, there be dragons.
Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk, and if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.